Oh, look at that.
Welcome to episode number 8 of the Jack's Wax podcast. My name is Jared Miner, and I'm here with the champ.
Champ's here.
Todd Isaac.
As always.
So, we were off 1 week.
Yep, Thanksgiving week. Now, Thanksgiving week has a little bit different meaning to us. I
Yeah.
I got to go back home. I go down to Kentucky. Great time, but it's always Black Friday.
Well,
Jack's Wax Black Friday. It's like leading up to it is crazy.
Biggest sale of the year. I can't remember who I was talking to prior to that. Oh, across the street. The guy that we bought this building from, which he moved to the building in front of our old building. And we were talking about, he's like, how's business? How's everything going? And we were talking about the whole Black Friday thing and how, years ago, Black Friday didn't mean anything to us from a business standpoint because we didn't sell online. We didn't sell anywhere except for Columbus, Ohio.
Just another day.
Just another day.
Another regular Thanksgiving. Now,
Thanksgiving's
now, people don't really understand, when we talk about we're preparing for Black Friday before we went to SEMA.
Oh, yeah.
So months ago, because everything such as like the gift boxes that we had have graphics on them. You got to get that box designed just right to hold everything. So that's a 30, 45 day process that it's so much going into it leading up to then, if we got new products, we got videos, we're shooting the videos, we're editing the videos. So it's always like, I don't think it ever matters how prepared we are. It's always like final hour.
Feels like last minute. Like you didn't even sleep.
Yeah.
It's Thanksgiving.
Right.
Night.
Thanksgiving. So actually the night before, Wednesday night, and my family's always like, oh, we know where he's going to be, because I'll sit at the table and do the editing of the videos. It's because it's almost like everything else that we can do here. We just do it, and then I know I can take that with me on the road. So we sit there and edit the videos, get them ready right before.
It feels like that's the way it is with us every year. It feels like it's last minute, but it's really not. Like you're saying, it's just because we have so many things going on that we try to focus on it, man, but it's just you're going a trillion different directions, and guess what? You just try to fit it all in.
Yeah, I don't know how you would ever – and it's a lot of people, like with the products that we released, it's not just like that we're trying to hurry up and release something for Black Friday. We've been working on these products for a long time.
Mm-hmm. So we got a couple more that we didn't release because we didn't feel that we were ready for it.
Right. So that's people always think, or they say, was it just it's not a last minute thing. It's just all the things that go into the product. What's the final color we want to go with?
Fragrance.
What's the final fragrance? Then to get that label made. And all the label companies are busy at this time of the year.
Everybody's busy.
So it's a whole thing. Like we have to be months prepared for the whole thing just to time up just right for, Black Friday. In our case, we started on Thursday. So
yeah, and Thursday afternoon is Thanksgiving. Yeah.
And
then
it's
you
like
have
a whirlwind.
So you finally get it ready, and you've done all the stuff. You cross your T's, dot your I's, make sure when you're sending out the newsletter and you're doing all the stuff on the website that it's perfect, because you don't want to make a mistake.
Right.
So you're doing all that kind of stuff just to make sure it's all good, and then you have that sale, and then you go right into Cyber Monday. Like the sale, we'll get into about the Black Friday sale and what we release, but it's a pretty hectic for us and a lot of companies. 5 or 6 days.
And you've got to make sure, things that people don't, you got to go through whole like diagnostics on your website to make sure that your website's up to par to hold,
the volume,
that much
traffic,
volume and traffic in one time.
Yep.
So you have to kind of prepare for those things ahead of time. You would go in not thinking that.
Well, we didn't have to prepare for it year one.
Right.
When we were selling now, those are things we have to prepare for.
Yeah.
So you learn.
You wouldn't think year one, going in, it's not a big deal. But now you get so, concentrated, amount of people at one time going to the website. You got to make sure that everything is up to speed and the whole thing. So it's more than just, oh, let's have a sale. There's so much that goes into it, but it's a fun process.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I like this time of year for sure.
We, leading up to is one thing, but then you get all that coordinated. You can breathe for a second. You feel like on Thanksgiving and everything's released and that part's done, but now you're getting a mass flow of orders. Right. Which is a good problem, but
you want to make everybody happy. Like our big thing is getting these shipments out as fast as we can. And, our guys are working downstairs right now. It's the Thursday, so it's a week from Thanksgiving, and he's finalizing the very few orders,
Yeah.
I just really appreciate everybody's patience. We're still a small company that we're working 2, 3 in the morning.
Oh, man.
Every single night to just get these orders out, to do everything we can,
just to make it happen. And
Yeah.
I appreciate everybody that works here that, stays. And
Yep.
and this is supposed to, a lot of times in companies, it's a time where you get a little lax. It's Thanksgiving time. As for us, it is all hands on deck, and it's more of a, I'm coming back from Kentucky early so we can get ready over here Sunday, working to get Cyber Monday ready. I mean, it's the whole, and it's not just me, it's everybody that, we're staying till we go from 8-10 hour shifts, and now we're 12, 15, 16 hour shifts, just so we can get everybody's order out, because I know this, I'm that way when I order something.
Yeah.
I want it.
I want it now.
So everybody's the same way when it comes to what it is they're interested in. So we want to get it to them fast, but when you're dealing with that many orders in a short amount of time, it's hard to get them all out in one day.
For sure.
It's
And
impossible.
It takes us time, and there's certain orders depending, because of what we released. Some of the items we released, our new wash, rinse, and wheel bucket system.
Yep.
We sold so many of those, in the way, I mean, it sounds kind of silly, but the way you pack it, we've thought about hiring like temps in before, just to help us package orders and try to get us through. But like, man, I don't want them to do it wrong. You know what I mean? I don't want there to be mistakes made. And
Yeah.
that's one of the worst things you can do is, especially in the business we're in, people are excited to get these products, and then you mess their order up because
Right.
you're so busy and you're going all over the place. Then it's just a letdown for them. So
And it's so tough because we're dealing with liquid products. That's something people don't, if we were shipping T-shirts or whatever, you wouldn't have to
Oh,
worry
it'd be a
about
big deal.
damage.
no.
But when we're talking about liquid products, they have to be packed just right. I mean, as far as like having a metal can touch a plastic container, that a lot
Yeah,
of
like
times
one of
will-
our aerosol cans,
Right.
touching, let's say, a 16-ounce plastic bottle, and it rubs on that bottle, that plastic, in
creates-
transit, and then ends up breaking it or something. So
Right.
that's where it takes us some time to put together orders. If you're buying just a 16-ounce bottle of something, that's easy for us to do. But when you're buying, a 3-bucket washing system, and then a foam cannon, and 6 gallons, and this and that, like we had, I would
Right.
say, I haven't even looked like hard at the numbers, but if I had to guess this year, order wise, like, there was a bunch of big orders. Like people were just,
Right.
they were like, listen, this is a once a year opportunity, because we don't
Yeah.
offer this discount ever,
Nope,
except for
this one-
just Black Friday.
once a year.
So we really had some people take advantage.
And we had the one order had like 6 different boxes for the one order.
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean, we're trying to fit it all and make it as cost efficient as possible, but still make sure it's packed good. So it's
And
a
we're fortunate that we have people, the guys that are working down there doing that, really take pride in their job. And they want that. It's a whole experience. When you get that package, you don't want it to be all thrown together and look like someone just didn't care.
Right.
So we take a little extra time, I guess is what the point is. We take a
Right.
little bit extra time to make sure it's right. We don't want it getting damaged. Sometimes that's out of our hands.
and for every order that comes back, we charge them $100 cash.
That's right.
They
So,
have to pay.
so
So
they're really good lately.
They're really on it.
So, we just do our best at that. And I just know, what you just said, when I order something for myself, whatever I'm ordering, I'm usually pretty excited to get it.
Right.
And I want it.
Yeah, and I want it to be all in one piece.
That's right. So, we try to make that happen for people.
It makes it. It's cool to see, and maybe here at some point in time we'll do a little, maybe next year on a Black Friday. It's just crazy to see all the kind of chaos of what's going
yeah.
on, just because there's so many orders coming in, and it's all you can do. And the guys in the warehouse are bringing products as fast as they can bring it, and bringing it to the shipping department. One guy's in control of the labeling, making sure the final order's there, and then you got people bringing him. It's just it's a fun thing to be a part of, but it's a little crazy. We're just now, like you said, where we're getting halfway caught up.
We should be done today and that's longer than what we wanted, that's for sure. There was just some little straggler orders that maybe we had run out of stock of a particular item. It was just too popular. We didn't prepare for that.
Right.
And but now I think after today, I think they're about wrapped up, and we should get everybody their stuff.
Yeah, the new we had a couple new products released. For people that don't know, we had a spray and seal, which is a liquid paint sealant.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's been super popular.
Yeah, I know that one. Again, it's the same old story. We've been letting professional detailers here in Columbus try that stuff out for months and see what their opinion is. We had about 5 or 6 items that we could potentially release for Black Friday, and decided on these 2, and there's more that are going to be coming out here in the coming months. But we wanted to go with these 2 just because, and I say these 2, for people that are just listening, on the table here is Spray and Seal and Super Shine tire dressing, and then our gift box. But Spray and Seal, I think so many people can relate to.
And we've had so many people ask about it. Do you guys have a paint sealant? Do you have a paint
Yeah.
sealant? And we had versions before, just nothing that I was super impressed.
Well,
or
it was
you-
also hard to use. You
Right.
know, back in the day, the paint sealants, we had liquid paint sealants, that were like the consistency of wax, thick. They're just hard to use.
Right.
They were
And-
super durable, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but it's just the ease of application wasn't there.
And that's the difference in with Spray and Seal.
Big time, man.
It is so easy, and it really does. Like, you can tell when you're putting it on that you're putting some substance
No, there's no
on the
question.
vehicle.
No,
That's what-
there's zero question about that. I know it's going to be a home run. I mean, we're always, whenever we release a new product, we're going to sell a lot of it because people want to check it out.
Right.
This one, if I had to guess, this time next year or even before that, it'll be a top 5 seller for us of all products.
Definitely, and it's just like we knew that we had that feeling with Total Interior.
Yeah.
When it came out, and we just posted a Instagram post yesterday and had people pick their favorite 3 products, and almost every one of them in those favorite 3 was Total Interior. I believe Spray and Seal will be the same way
Oh, it
because
definitely
it's
will.
so easy and so much protection.
That's
the
right,
thing.
and people can relate to it. So, we sell a lot of ceramic coating and ceramic coating maintenance products and all this different stuff, but that still doesn't appeal or apply to a large majority of people. They don't want to ceramic coat their car. They're afraid to do it. They maybe don't know the application of the coating is not so hard, but the paint correction, which we've
Right.
talked about in multiple podcasts. So they're not comfortable with it, is probably the right word. Well, they still wax their car, which we still sell a ton of wax, obviously. This is for a base layer, spray on, wipe off, adds an incredible shine. The durability, I mean, I think we're conservative when we say 3 to 6 months.
Right.
A lot of it's depending on condition, so on and so forth, but it's so easy. And then you have the advantage of it can be used wet, like as a drying aid, and I would put it up against any drying aid that's out there.
And it makes it so, like, the beading. It's really just, I've had a lot of people ask me, and we get everyone from people who are not a avid detailer, who people just want to keep their car clean. They ask you questions, and then you get the professionals. They ask you questions as well. So
Right.
when I'm explaining it to someone, it's just a really, really good form of protection.
Yeah.
That's super easy to use. That's the main thing about what we want to do. We don't want to just come out with a paint sealant, or we want it to be as good, if not better, than anything out there. So it's not like a sales pitch, but that is the difference. When you apply this, you can take somebody that's just a regular guy that likes to clean the car. You can spray it on, wipe it off, and you're going to see immediately the beading and characteristics. And you can spray it on anything.
Yeah, glass,
Right.
black plastic makes it darker.
And
Anything on the car, you can.
There's
put
so
it on
many of
there.
these products out there nowadays that you see via social media, companies that'll just have one product, and it's what they're trying to push is just that one to get it. As to where this is just a part of our line, but it is similar. Like it will, you can spray it on anything.
Yep.
Glass, paint, plastic.
Exterior, anything on the exterior,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, if you start spraying it on the inside, you might have some problems.
Yeah, that's not going to work so good. So I'm excited about that one because I just know that it appeals to a large majority of the people we sell to,
Right.
professional and the hobbyist. So I know that one's going to be good. Plus, God, man, you just got to try it out. When you smell it, you're going to want to drink it. Like,
Yeah,
I mean,
but don't.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't drink it.
And then Super Shine is a water-based dressing that we've had a lot of people ask, and that's a formula we've had for some time. We have different tire dressings, and we're big on, hey, we don't want to come out with 10 different tire dressings and 15 different soaps and so on and so forth. So it's not that we were reluctant to add this to the line, but there was a need because we've had a lot of people that want a very high shine tire dressing.
Right.
And our tire and trim gel achieves that, but they want a sprayable version.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And if I were comparing the two, this is a bit more of a high shine than the tire and trim gel. But the tire and trim gels, I like it for your actual trim because it's so easy to apply and it lasts a lot longer on the trim. We at these car shows that we go to all over, that's what I always had. Super Blue is my favorite, and I think it's all of ours just because it's that satin shine. That's what I like.
Me too.
Is a satin, good, clean, like brand new look. Well, there's a lot of people that want that real high gloss, which is
Ton
why
of
we
people that
decided,
want that.
right? So that's why we decided to finally come out. So we're still not ever going to have 15 different tire
Water-based high gloss tire dressings. No. So
Right.
we've got high gloss, a gel, a satin shine,
Right.
and then one in a can, which a lot of people use that for just like touch-up stuff.
dressing. Yeah.
But Super Shine's going to be a big one too. It's very thick. It is sprayable. When you spray it, you almost have to put it on an applicator you know,
I
or just
always
spray a
like-
little bit on and wipe it.
I always like putting tire dressings on with the applicator just because it doesn't matter. It seems like it doesn't matter where you're at. If you're spraying it, some of it gets on your paint, on your car, it leaves little spots. So I always tell people to hold that sprayer directly into the applicator, spray it, fill it, and then apply it is always the best way.
Yeah. So those two are going to be big, especially spray and seal. I just know that's going to be a home run. And
We've already had some people commenting back that received their orders, and people that have came here to the store, local, and they're just like, man, we love it.
I know what's cool now, which is cool about our businesses. So these car dealerships, I just noticed today on a bunch of orders that were going out to car dealers,
Yeah.
that spray and seal gallons were on virtually every single dealership that we went to today.
Yeah.
And that is because it wasn't even from our sales guys pushing it. It was from social media. These guys were paying attention. Like,
They're
man, I want to
seeing
try
it.
it out.
Right.
So I'm not kidding. I think it was every single order went
Yeah.
out today
Even
had
some of
spray and seal on it.
Even a lot of the orders from Monday, they had spray and seal.
Yeah.
And what a good thing for a dealership or a professional detail shop, because you can now offer that as a wash and a seal type, and it's so easy. You don't have to charge anything crazy for it, but it's going to give that person that added protection.
Yeah,
and
more
the
so
shine.
than our liquid carnauba and more so than our cherry wax. I mean, this stuff is got some serious ability to bead water, and it has this durability level that's unlike, for that easy of a product to use, is unlike anything we've had before.
Right.
So I'm really excited about that one. I know it's going to be good. And then we did the gift box, which was your idea.
And it's been
that's your first idea so far since I've known you that's been successful.
It was a good one, and they keep coming in, which is a good idea.
Yeah,
Our thought process was just to have something that, even if you're not a car person, but you know someone that is, like, what a great gift. I'm even that way when I'm trying to buy for my family and different things. I'm always trying to think like something good I could get someone. Well, if that was the case, it applies to so many people.
Well, the products that are in the gift box are, like, we made a video about it, whether you're a car girl, a car guy, or an actual detailer, professional, or just a guy that likes to keep his car clean or whatever. It's got product in there that you actually use.
You're getting so many. You're getting 5 of what we would consider our biggest sellers: with Super Blue, tire dressing,
Total
interior, wax, detail spray,
Yep.
and soap.
Yep. And then,
So you get-
wash mitts and microfiber and so on and so forth.
And then all the things that go with each one of those products. So you're getting a really complete kit.
And we blew them out for Black Friday.
Yes.
That's probably a big part of the reason we sold. I don't even know how many we sold. It was ridiculous. But now I know, like, we're going to probably do something similar for Christmas too, just because it was such a hit.
Yes.
And it's a great gift. It's just
We're going to try to do another blowout deal on them here in December. Then once we get caught up here, and everybody can then order, and we'll do it in advance enough to where you order, you'll guarantee the delivery before Christmas.
yeah. So it is a really good gift. So that was a big hit. I would say, between spray and seal, the gift box, and Super Shine for that matter, those were the biggest sellers. And then for Cyber Monday, we did the mystery boxes.
Man, those went.
That's what they're doing right now. They're finishing up some of the mystery buckets. So it was boxes and buckets.
Right. And at this point, it's just a mystery of what you're going to get because we're just throwing stuff in there.
Yeah, I know there's a couple of them out there that they got way more than the 125 that they were supposed to get.
Definitely. But we always like to do that just so people know. We run these for people that are just now listening. And when it came to mystery boxes and mystery buckets, we were always kind of like, is somebody want to buy something they don't know what is coming in it? We had that conversation many times. Like, are you really going to buy something you don't know what it is? Well, good thing we don't always go with what we think, because they sell like crazy.
And I had heard from some other people, like, well, we've got mystery boxes from this person or this person, not even necessarily in the automotive business. Like, there's other companies that, do
Right.
like mystery boxes. You don't know what you're getting. And they said, it felt like it was old products that they were just trying to get rid of.
Yes.
Well, if anybody's ever gotten our mystery boxes, they know we're not putting like rubbing compounds and old wool buffing pads to get rid of these things. In the mystery box and buckets, they had all the new products.
Old
in them.
school pictures of you.
Yeah, cool stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, we have the new products were in both of them. You know what I mean? Like, we want it to be valuable and it be stuff that you're going to relate to.
And I honestly believe that's why they're so successful, is because people know we don't do them often. once
Three-
once a quarter,
three
maybe.
times a year
Yeah.
or 4 times a year maybe.
When
Yeah.
when we do them, people know that it's going to be a value. I mean, these were after we finally ended up adding up the retail value, we're over $130, $140. You got that for $75.
That's right.
That's
And it shipped for free
yes,
on Cyber Monday.
that's it's a steal of a deal. So those are super successful. And just like you said, it's not just some old product or something you're not going to use. We put the best in there, and those are cool. Those are cool. I'm glad we ended up doing it because they are a cool thing as far as people like to buy it because they don't know what they're getting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm telling you, we've never gotten any feedback from anybody that said, "Oh man, I got too much of this," because whatever we're putting in there, even if you already had some, let's say you bought some, it's going to be product that you would use on a regular basis.
Right,
So
like
tire
detail
dressing
sprays.
or detail spray, you're going to get it again. And we even try to pay attention, like because people don't a lot of times when they buy a mystery box, they'll buy other stuff. And let's say that their order, they got something that was in that mystery box. Well, we'll try to switch it up for them so they
Right.
don't have a bunch of something or whatever. We try to pay attention to that kind of stuff. So
And
guys,
there's definitely sometimes that there's so many orders coming through that it's hard
can't-
to hard to check it out.
sure.
And that person may have bought it for someone else, or
That's
or
right.
whatever. So we do try to watch that on every order, though. That way you're getting kind of different stuff and not just getting if you ordered the same exact thing that was in the mystery box, we're going to try to change it up for you.
We're
so
going
you
to
can get some
try,
different.
and it's not that I hope that we never get to the point where we are so big we can't pay attention to that stuff.
No,
You know what I mean? When an order comes in, I remember back in the day we first did them. There was one guy that had ordered, I don't even know what it was, 4 or 5 or 6 or something like that, and I just reached out to him and said, "Hey man, I'm assuming you don't want the same thing. Like, are these gifts? Are they for you, or what's the deal? And I'll switch them up for you. If they're not gifts, then I don't want you to get the same thing over and
Right.
over." And they weren't gifts. He said it was just a hell of a deal. I just wanted to buy a bunch of stuff, so I made special kits for
Different
each.
ones.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I'm hoping it never gets to the point where we're like that. A shipment is just a shipment to us.
right.
You know?
That's kind of what we built ourselves on,
Mm-hmm.
being more than just a company trying to get real big. We want to be
Right.
involved because it does mean it's not just some name, that we're trying to out there like sell product for.
It's like you
It's your
mentioned
dad,
these-
it's your
yeah.
I tell everybody that I talk to, and it's not any kind of sales pitch. I'm not out there just trying to promote a brand or trying to sell a bunch of it and say misleading things. It's more to me than just some brand we're trying to push, which has always been the thing that kind of sets us apart.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we also, when we do the mystery boxes and buckets, we always try to put a 1 or 2 in there that are like substantial value.
Yeah.
People get one that somebody's gonna get that lucky bucket or box that's maybe $200 worth of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, we try to switch it up as much as we can.
Yeah,
And now we're coming up on the holidays, and this time of year it's another part for us. In the spring and summer, we're so busy that we just don't get to do all the things that we want to do, like from a social media standpoint, and from like you and I are getting ready to do a bunch of videos and do some stuff. It's time that we're remodeling offices and redoing shipping stations.
finally have
and,
yeah.
we have this time to do the kind of stuff that we want to. So it's all to prepare for spring's right around the corner. Like I say that, it sounds silly, but for us, everything goes so fast that we start car shows in February.
And it's literally like during that time you don't have any time to look up
No.
because you're talking there was a stretch where I was gone for like 12 weekends straight.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And that's just you,
Right.
let alone all the other guys, these distributors that do these
Everybody.
car shows all over the country.
so it's like all the orders come in at once, for distributor orders, and it's just a big time. But the holidays are also a good time for us as far as getting ready for Christmas. We can do some cool things. We're going to do 12 days of giveaways.
With Petrobox.
With Petrobox. We started that last year. So it'll be 12 days. I'm not
What is
sure
it, the 12
when
days
it's-
leading up to Christmas? Well, I imagine
I think it is.
we want someone, because we're shipping. So what's the deal? We ship a Petrobox, right?
Every day is a giveaway with some of our stuff and a Petrobox.
And we ship it to the customer. We're going to want to get it to, we don't want to do it on Christmas Eve and they don't get
Yeah.
get it till, let's say, 3 days after Christmas or
I
something.
think last year we did that. I think last year we ran it from like the 12th to the 24th or
Oh,
whatever. But
okay.
we can definitely change it up. We've got early enough start to where we could start it on December 1st if we wanted to.
Yeah, it's cool because it lets people see Petrobox and
Yes.
see what it's all about, and then we throw some of our products in there. And if I remember right, last year there was a couple of them that were pretty big giveaways.
Oh yeah, we do a couple. Now there'll be some things you have to do. So you got to follow us on social media to find out the instructions to enter yourself for that day's giveaway. But every day there'll be different things. It might be, go follow Petrobox or comment on a picture or, this, that, and the other. And you get, one day I think we had a $400 and some kit plus the Petrobox.
Right.
Was
That's-
one.
yeah,
I think that
I
was the
remember
last day, the last day of giveaways.
Grand
And
prize
to
day.
have, to be entered for that one, you had to have participated throughout the week.
Yeah.
It was like, but nobody knew that going in. So that's how you entered for the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was it's cool. So stay up on that. We'll be doing those. We'll start them here in the next week or so for sure.
Yeah, the Petrobox in December's probably going to be the best box of the year.
I would
I had to
definitely,
guess.
if I had to guess, there's going to be product in there that is pretty good.
Probably better than any other box.
Probably better than any other product in the world.
And I've tried every product in the world.
And I've tried them all.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure whatever's going into that one's the best.
I just feel like he's going to put the best stuff in
It's
December's
Christmas.
box. It's
You know what I
Christmas
mean?
time.
I'm trying to give presents to people.
Right, you're trying to give somebody something that they wouldn't typically get. So what better than like the best product in the world?
It's kind of that simple.
Better than the best.
What'd you say?
Get out of here.
So, we're back on schedule, and we will have a podcast next week. We're going to just, I don't know what we have scheduled for next week, but we're going to have some guests coming up soon.
We've got some special guests coming up that are going to be, I've got different people planned out. I just don't know with the holidays,
Schedules
some
and
people are
stuff, yeah.
gone and it's hard to get them up. But we're going to stay on schedule with every Thursday. We film them. They'll be released every Friday. So if you guys have any ideas or anybody want to hear from or, different topics, feel free to comment. We would love
Yeah.
to hear them. It's tough for us every week. We get going. We're never thinking about the podcast up until
Well, you're good
Wednesday
about it
night.
because we get going in these different directions, and you've been pretty adamant about, like today I get a text because we said we're going to record this at 2:00. It's 3:30, and you just podcast.
Yeah, podcast is time to go.
Podcast time, Jared. It's
Yeah, I
time to
did it
go.
like 2 times. Then it's like I go through a little process, and
Yeah.
it's 2 texts, and then I've got to actually get up and go find Jared because it's time.
And I was in my napping pod.
Yeah, I
just
found him.
installed one.
Imagine that I found him asleep over there, along with our
That's because I was packing orders till 3 a.m. last night.
warehouse foreman over there. Both of them sleeping.
I'll tell you what,
Doing
place is
nothing.
comfortable over there. Got the heat up, dude. Radio playing, Christmas music and shit.
Yeah, what'd you guys go do over Thanksgiving?
Who, me and my family?
Yeah,
We
anything
stayed
special?
Local.
Local
My
here?
wife and kids, we go to her mom's.
Yeah,
And, it's hard when you have families and you got all these different, you want to go to this parent or this grandparent. You can't go everywhere. Everybody wants to see the
I know.
grandkids. You know what I mean? I
yeah.
get
Not
it.
you. They don't want to see you.
No, they can care less.
They just want to see your
They
kids.
can care less.
Yeah.
At the point that my first son was born, that was the day I realized that I'd gone quite a bit down.
That's
the
why
totem pole.
I don't want to have any kids. I don't
Really.
want to lose.
You like being the
That's right.
the focus.
I don't want to lose that attention.
I understand. So yeah, we just we hang out around the house. We went out there, and it's the same thing for Christmas. We'll do more just because those kids, man. You know how it is when you're a kid,
Oh man.
dude. This is the most. My kids are young. They're little, so
Right.
this is the best time of the year
Man.
by far. So I mean, we're talking about we got Elf on the Shelf. He's
Oh,
moving
the whole
around
thing.
every single
You're
week.
having to move. There's definitely a couple nights out of the week he's not moving.
Yeah, old dad laid down and
Forgot to
It's
move
weird,
him.
man. I don't know why that elf.
He was
doesn't-
asleep last night.
Well, I'll tell you what. We had a bad snowstorm, and he just couldn't. He didn't want to rough it
yeah, he didn't want
with that
he,
snow going back up to the North Pole.
he can't go back to the North Pole when it's snowing like that.
No, and it's better safe.
He
to do
stayed
that,
right in the same spot.
So he just laid her down right there in the safe spot, and that happened weirdly. That happened about 17 of the 25 days in December.
The sad thing is that's definitely the story you've told him.
Oh, 100%. I hope my oldest son doesn't listen to the podcast.
Right.
So yeah, I mean that is the story. I tell him like, oh man, this was cold last night.
It's cold.
Yeah.
sleigh. You know, he just didn't want to travel up there.
No, but it's okay because he's gonna make again. He'll do better tomorrow.
Right.
I totally believe it, man. They're 5, 4.
Right.
You know what
they
I mean?
don't care. They just want them presents.
Where's the presents at,
Yeah.
Dad?
When's them coming?
Yeah, soon enough.
Yeah.
And when they're done opening ours, okay, let's go to everybody else's house.
Let's go to Grammy and Pop Pops.
Yep,
And let's
all
go to
that.
all these places.
This is
right.
it's the best day ever.
I know. I love it. I still do the same thing.
I
I go open up presents at one place and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go the next.
You buy yourself a bunch
I'm
of presents.
35
open it
though.
yourself. Remember when you were a kid, man? Christmas was it, dude.
Oh man, it was where it was at.
That was the deal.
You couldn't.
And I remember being 19 years old, my dad telling me there was no Santa Claus.
I remember right when I was getting ready to graduate high school, they told me there was no Santa, and I was
Melted
livid.
down.
I was livid.
I wish I didn't know.
I still kind of believe. You couldn't tell me nothing. I seen him one time. My parents had staged Santa to come in the living room and put presents under the tree while we were asleep when we mysteriously woke up.
Oh, yeah.
And we wake up and
There's
Santa Claus
Santa?
is out there putting presents. So
Your parents went to the
until
extent.
I was 25,
Yep.
nobody could tell me there wasn't Santa because I'd seen him
You saw him
with my
in
own
the flesh.
I seen it with my own eyes.
Man, your parents were all about it. If they were actually making Santa Claus. Who was the Santa Claus? Your dad?
I think it was my papa.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was my grandpa, but he had on the full beard. I mean,
Whole
I
deal.
literally believe, until I was like 8 or whatever, 9,
yeah.
that people would, they start getting to that age to where
Well, kids
they don't
talk at
believe.
school,
yeah,
yeah.
some kids don't believe, some kids whatever. And you couldn't tell me nothing.
You saw him.
Dude, I seen him. He was out there in the living room. Are you kidding me?
It is exciting when you got little kids. There's so many people who can relate, man. It's everything, dude.
The
I
only
love
thing
it.
that can make it better Christmas time, you getting all those presents, is you have a Jack Spikes gift box under that tree.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think
really-
I'm not trying to plug anything.
And
but-
today, if you go on jackswax.com,
and right now for a limited time only.
let's get our ad voice going.
Yeah,
So yeah, we'll stop by next week, Thursday. You'll
And
come find me. I'll walk up.
I'll find you at some point.
Yep.
And we really do appreciate everyone who took advantage. From a small company that we've started this thing, and we do the majority of it ourselves. Actually, all of it ourselves. But for you guys to have that much participation in a Black Friday event that makes us so busy, like it wouldn't happen if it wasn't for everybody that placed those orders. So it's like we get going and thinking like, man, this is crazy, but man, how fortunate,
I really think about it a lot, and I always will. It's a humbling thing. When I look at these orders coming through, I'll get on my phone and I'll see the stuff going through, and I think, man, it's still the fact that a person in such and such, wherever, is buying Jack's Wax, and I know that was made right here in this building, and we packaged it and labeled it, and
Right.
everything that goes into it, man. It's a really satisfying thing, and
because it's days like today and last night staying here. You stayed here till 3, and all those orders, like, and then I always think about like from the beginning, like nobody would have ever thought that was coming, but it's because all the people that participate, the people that love our products and buy it. So we appreciate that, and we're truly grateful for it.
for sure. I'll be honest with you. I don't mind. It's not often that I pack orders, obviously, anymore.
Right.
But I like it.
Yeah.
Like, I enjoyed last night. You get in the zone, start knocking the stuff out, and I know it sounds corny, but like I know that person gets that email and said, "Oh man, my order's shipped." Like I just know that there's this excitement around
Yes.
it, right?
There is.
And we just want it to always be that way.
All right. So we appreciate it. Tune back in next week. We'll have some kind of cool podcast going on.
Hopefully, Todd will get better, and I'll just maintain the.
Hopefully, I'll just remain excellence. And
at all times.
if you could, I'm glad you shaved that face at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's audio, and
You're just tough to look at.
you're tough to be around, but that's okay. So listen, this voice right here is why people are tuning in. Listen
Right.
to that thing.
It's why they're tuning
Listen
out.
to that.
It's the reason we only sold however many gift boxes we did
the
because
video
your
of me-
face was the one promoting it. They're like, oh my God.
So you're saying that when we
But-
do the podcast and I say welcome,
It
that
could-
right there,
yeah.
they turn it off
They're like, oh no. Actually, it could have worked the opposite way. They're
in
like,
our favor.
They felt sorry for you.
Let's do this guy a favor.
Like, man,
Look at him.
Look at that guy.
Look at that poor guy.
Look at his face.
Well, if that's the case, I'll be on camera all day long.
You
If
are.
I-
That's why
if it starts that, yeah, I'm cool with it.
it's why I stay behind the camera because once I go on camera,
Viral.
it's a wrap.
Viral. Mostly
You
with
talking-
females.
We're
You know what I'm saying?
mostly the female population, and I'm not here.
Can't be.
out signing autographs.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's a tour.
It's tough.
Catch me if you can.
Catch me if you can tour. All
All
right.
right, man.
Later.
Appreciate everything.